The man who had been living in the basement for half a year finally came out today and looked at the homeless man who died at the door. He had no worries in his heart and just walked towards the destination without any care. On the way, he met a stray dog chewing on the body. The clothes were unmoved, and he even quickened his pace to leave here. He came to a place where the passage of iron wire was prohibited. He moved forward skillfully to remove the hook and rope and got to the other side. After making sure that no one noticed him, he quietly slipped into the crowd of people here. The people were in an orderly manner, and they were all here to donate blood in exchange for food. Standing around them were fully armed guards and vampires patrolling everywhere. At this time, the vampire sentry on the top of the building suddenly shouted loudly, and the vampires on the road instantly picked him up and faced him. He ran quickly in the direction of the clothes, seeing that there was no way to retreat. He had no choice but to stand against the wall with the passers-by. But his hand had already tightened his grip on the pistol. At this time, the man next to him suddenly rushed out, and the vampire behind him pushed him down with a fierce breath. He fell to the ground and immediately sucked up his blood. Obviously, these were not clothes for clothes. He took advantage of the chaos and quietly ran into the alley on the right. At a corner, he found a water tanker. I thought they were transporting who could get on. After checking earlier, we discovered that there was a large amount of bloodstains left at the mouth of the pipe. It turned out that there was a nuclear explosion in New York. Sunlight and ultraviolet rays throughout the United States were blocked by radioactive dust, allowing vampires to move freely during the day. In this case, the blood group easily controlled humans and even built a partner organization. With oppression, of course, there will be resistance. People in the black market are dissatisfied with the vampire's rule. They find ways to gain life. Materials, clothes, and all the food were exchanged here. On this day, the clothes received a task from the black market to treat a woman. The reward was a bottle of whiskey, but the clothes had just received the fine wine and had not yet started to enjoy a large batch of smoke. The vampire was found. Everyone in the black market picked up weapons and tried their best to resist, but in the end, they were no match for the Four Fists. In the end, everyone was caught and put into the golf cart. However, they were ambushed halfway and the vehicle exploded and was overturned on the side of the road, except for Ifu. Everyone in the car was killed by the explosion. He also rescued a man who was accidentally injured not far away. Only then did he learn that the explosion was planned by him and his sister Ellie. At Ellie's plea, Ifu decided to stay and take care of his younger brother. It was a white sheet, and he also took some food supplies from others. By the way, he learned that Ellie and the others were a resistance organization that dealt with vampires. At this time, a person from the organization suddenly came back to express that he and his companions had been attacked. Companion on the spot.